Success is measured on how far you have reached in relation to where you have started. There are elements that are required to become successful. And there is no substitute for hard work and discipline and one's relentless pursuit to perfection on what we do. Hard work and discipline are among the key foundations of AZPIRED and my life. During the design and development of AZPIRED and our projects, my husband and I worked extremely long hours, and we would sleep on the floor for countless number of nights, literally on the floor, under our desks, so we could deliver our projects on time, and we would meet the client's expectations. However, molding one's attributes does not happen overnight. It is a process tested in time, and mine started in central Mindanao, in Lanao del Sur. I was born in the town of Wao, a junction of North Cotabato, Bukidnon, and Lanao del Sur. It is a cornucopia of dialects and religious beliefs. I grew up with Batangueños, Maranaos, Cebuanos, Ilonggos, and we also had SDAs, Catholics, Muslims, and all other religions, INC. And my place is not chaotic at all, as you may think. Where in fact, our town is actually properly planned. All the lots are in grids, in 600 square meters, way ahead of its time. We even had an airport, although I cannot recall an airplane landing on it. We just used to play there. Yes. Most people in our town can speak at least 2 dialects because of the presence of so many cultures. And this is in addition to English and Filipino. And this is a talent and a skill that not a lot of Filipinos have. My town is a very fertile land, so a lot of people are farmers. Although people are very hardworking, the majority of the population is very poor. It's because we lack the proper infrastructure. Although my father was a high school principal and my mother is a science teacher, they're actually right here, my siblings and I had to work in our farm. We would work every summer. I know how to plow the field, following a carabao, trust me. I know how to plant the corn, harvest rice, peanuts, everything. They taught me the value of hard work. We had 2 choices, read books or work in the farm. My brother always chose the first part. My youngest brother, he always chose the working in the farm. I had to balance. In addition, my town is literally a war zone. There were guns, explosions. It was a nightly occurrence. It was normal. I saw my neighbors killed. I saw my friends massacred. We were just in the next house. Explosions after explosions and gunfire after gunfire. When in fact I lost 2 of my uncles. They were ambushed. To this date, my 92-year-old grandmother can still remember that incident, and it's still very vivid in her mind. She still knows the name of the assailant and the incident. So it's very heartbreaking for her. But you know, hardship can trigger dreams and ambitions. At a very young age, I understood that getting a good education was my ticket to success. I earned my Bachelor of Arts degree and later went to the University of Philippines for my master's. However, I realized that there were better opportunities in South Korea. So I went there and worked as an ESL and EFL teacher. Success is about taking the positive advantage of every opportunity that comes to you. One of my achievements in Korea is learning how to speak and write Korean language. I work as a head teacher. However, I noticed that the school was not as clean, so I offered my services. I worked and cleaned the school on Saturdays. I mopped the floor, scrubbed the toilet, literally cleaned the whole place. It's just like cleaning my apartment on a normal Saturday work. So for me, it was not a big deal. I was not ashamed at all. It was a hard-earned money. When in fact, I actually saved all this money and spent some of my teaching. And that was an extra $800 a month, and that was a good one. Korean winter is very harsh and icy cold. Anybody here visited South Korea? But it's a beautiful place. I know you like it and you like to watch the telenovela. I've done it all. The fashion and everything. Walking in Stilito Hills on an icy path, that was normal. Walking on a -5 degrees Celsius in winter, which is cold 8 months of the year. All I was thinking was to go home and sleep and curl. But I was driven. I kept going. I was hungry for success. Cooking was one of my passions in life, so I learned to cook Korean food and make kimchi. I also acquired a passion for fashion. I love fashion. And that taught me to be keen on minute details, which is another core value of AZPIRED. I met Scott in 2007 and joined our business in California. We manage 80 home-based call center agents, and they're based in Philippines. But the normal hurdles, you have connectivity, you have IT issues, training, employees were absent because they said they were not able to pay the bills, but when you check the Facebook, they checked in a Boracay or in a restaurant. I think it's very typical, right? So we realized the key quality to setting up a business is to be on the business battlefield. So we decided to come home in Philippines, in Cebu. Setting up AZPIRED was not a bed of roses. We started as e-business BPO in 2009. I was a one-woman show. I did the HR, accounting, training, operations, and sometimes even IT work. So I decided I'm going to build a mini-me. Lots of mini-me's. You know, our first office had no windows. We worked from 10 p.m., go home past 12 the next day. I didn't even know what time it was. When we got out from the office, the light was so intense. I felt like a vampire. So at that time, I swore my next office would have plenty of windows. That will explain why all our operations floors have 360 degrees view of the city. It has the mountainside, it has the ocean, it has the city, and a total package. At the same year, I learned that my father had a colon cancer. It was stage 3. And he was in a coma. And, sorry. That pushed me to work even harder. I had to pay his hospital bills. And it's not easy for a child. So, today he's right here. He's cancer-free. Sorry. During the construction of AZPIRED Group, our first contractor disappeared. So I taught myself engineering work. I learned how to do mechanical work, electrical, structured cabling, everything, glass installations, because I needed to finish the office. And then, as time went on, we built our own construction group, which allowed us to effectively expand more footprints in Cebu and Cagayan de Oro. I also had to learn the import trade because we had to save money, probably at least 50% of the construction cost. So we imported our workstations, our chairs, and everything. I love looking at the vacant space and I could see the finished product. I love the challenge. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm not scared to get down and be dirty and help on the construction. I love looking a blank space and turn into a workstation and a finished product in 45 to 60 days. We started with 162 square meters. And today, we have a collective space of 15,000 square meters. And we are still expanding and coping with the industry demand. Our portfolio includes help desk. For a point of sale, we have the medical and the biggest transportation in the Philippines. This is servicing all over US and Canada. We also have the retail and the shared spaces on a larger scale. Through these years of operation, we have established a great business partnership with real estate developers, with major telco vendors, with banks, suppliers, and business sectors. One of them is right here, Melanie Nang. She is the head of the CICC. Let's give her a hand. Scott and I have established a great dynamic. While he is focused on the client acquisition, I am in charge of the finances, and as well as the business expansion and the operations. Recently, let me show you a slide. Oop, what happened? Okay, there you go. So this is one of the offices. It's also just like the orange that you showed earlier, where she's gone. But I love orange, I love fashion. We have recently added, this is one of our office. I want to go further, this one. So this is a recent addition. The AZPIRED travel. We wanted to be part of the Philippine tourism industry. We created this. Scott and I collaborated with an architect. And Scott wanted an airplane. He wanted a windows simulation of the plane and all the turbines and everything. And this is actually a good addition to our group. And then it's also a good employee retention. We give out travel as their incentive to top performers. So right now, considering that we only have operated for a month, we're already an official ticketing partners of all domestic and some international airlines like PAL, Cebu Pacific, Air Asia, and Trans Asia, and I think Cathay Pacific. And we already have an IATA number, and we are on the way to becoming a full-fledged IATA. And this month, for the March issue, we were featured in the Z Lifestyle magazine. We actually have some outside. And in the next few years, our goal is to expand and magnify our footprints, build more shared spaces, because this is the demand of the industry right now, and hopefully to create a household name. My name is Almira, Chief Operating Officer and co-founder of AZPIRED. Thank you.